Excellence is to do a common thing in an uncommon way. Nothing ever comes to one that is worth having, except as a result of hard work. If you want to lift yourself up, lift up someone else. I shall allow no man to belittle my soul by making me hate him. One man cannot hold another man down in the ditch without remaining down in the ditch with him. Success in life is founded upon attention to the small things rather than to the large things, to the everyday things nearest to us rather than to the things that are remote and uncommon. Character, not circumstances, makes the man. Associate yourself with people of good quality, for it is better to be alone than to be in bad company. Those who are happiest are those who do the most for others. We all should rise above the clouds of ignorance, narrowness, and selfishness. I've begun everything with the idea that I could succeed, and I never had much patience with the multitudes of people who are always ready to explain why one cannot succeed. There are two ways of exerting one's strength. One is pushing down, and the other is pulling up. The older I grow, the more I am convinced that there is no education which one can get from books and costly apparatus that is equal to that which can be gotten from contact with great men and women. No race can prosper till it learns that there is as much dignity in tilling a field as in writing a poem. Egotism is the anesthetic that dulls the pain of stupidity. Men may make laws to hinder and fetter the ballot, but men cannot make laws that will bind or retard the growth of manhood. The world cares very little what you or I know, but it does care a great deal about what you or I do. Of all forms of slavery, there is none that is so harmful and degrading as that form of slavery which tempts one human being to hate another by reason of his race or color. In any country, regardless of what its laws say, wherever people act upon the idea that the disadvantage of one man is the good of another, there slavery exists. Wherever in any country the whole people feel that the happiness of all is dependent upon the happiness of the weakest, there freedom exists. I learned the lesson that great men cultivate love and that only little men cherish a spirit of hatred. I learned that assistance given to the weak makes the one who gives it strong, and that oppression of the unfortunate makes one weak. Few things can help an individual more than to place responsibility on him and let him know that you trust him. We don't just borrow words. On occasion, English has pursued other languages down alleyways to beat them unconscious and rifle their pockets for new vocabulary. We must reinforce argument with results. The individual who can do something that the world wants done will, in the end, make his way regardless of his race. Too often, the educational value of doing well what is done, however little, is overlooked. One thing well done prepares the mind to do the next thing better. Not how much, but how well should be the motto. One problem thoroughly understood is of more value than a score poorly mastered. No greater injury can be done to any youth than to let him feel that because he belongs to this or that race, he will be advanced in life regardless of his own merits or efforts. He who lives outside the law is a slave. The free man is the man who lives within the law, whether that law be the physical or the divine. There is no power on earth that can neutralize the influence of a high, simple, and useful life. We should not permit our grievances to overshadow our opportunities. To be one with God is to be like God. Our real religious striving then should be to become one with God, sharing with Him in our poor, humble way His qualities and attributes. The happiest people are those who do the most for others. The most miserable are those who do the least. The thing to do when one feels sure that he has said or done the right thing and is condemned is to stand still and keep quiet. If he is right, time will show it. No man who continues to add something to the material, intellectual, and moral well-being of the place in which he lives is left long without proper reward. In my contact with people, I find that as a rule, it is only the little narrow people who live for themselves, who never read good books, who do not travel, who never open up their souls in a way to permit them to come into contact with other souls, with the great outside world. It means a great deal, I think, to start off on a foundation which one has made for oneself. The great human law that in the end recognizes and rewards merit is everlasting and universal. Success is not to be measured by the position someone has reached in life, but the obstacles he has overcome while trying to succeed. In the long run, the world is going to have the best, and any difference in race, religion, or previous history will not long keep the world from what it was. Instead of studying books so constantly, how I wish that our schools and colleges might learn to study men and things. Those who have accomplished the greatest results are those who never grow excited or lose self-control, but are always calm, self-possessed, patient, and polite. Success always leaves footprints. It takes no more time to be polite to everyone than it does to be rude. The one thing that is most worth living for and dying for, if need be, is the opportunity of making someone else happier and more useful. Education is not what a person is able to hold in his head so much as it is what a person is able to find.